It's just got a certain sense of slick professionalism that the others seem to be lacking. Beside the fact that this actually works. It just turns a light on in there. That's what we've got the rear indicator light on the front. Oh, it's on the left. Treat. You hear the game okay? How's it coming out in comparison to me? After I opened the wrong doors, everyone has immediately got off. It's just like, well, clearly we're not going to be driving on this one. Everyone doing their bit for the community challenge. Make sure you're logged in when you're driving. I don't know what the number is actually. Let's have a quick look at what the number is. 230,000. It's doing well. It's doing well. It needed to be 260 or 270, I think, today by about now. So still a bit behind. Hey, Beastly Cat, how's it going? Hopefully there'll be a bit more of a push as things go on. We've got plenty of time yet to get to the 4 million, but 230,000 so far. You like it, dear Beastly Cat? You highlight the Leeds room. I don't really play the Leeds room anywhere near enough, really. It's better. You'll be driving later, be 9, but yeah, make sure you're logged into Dovetail Live so your score count, your miles count. This one or NTP? I guess it depends really. Of the two, personally, I would get this one. But if you're specifically looking for West Somerset Railway or Preserve Railway feel, then obviously West Somerset Railway is going to deliver that better. But I like this one because it's got the same diesels, or similar sort of same style of diesel hauled stock. But you can get some speed up and travel a bit of distance. Ribby, such an old timey feel. Yeah, the art team really captured it beautifully, didn't they? How's the quality of the visuals of the stream, aside from the core? This bit where my camera is, obviously. Is everything else looking okay? Any pops, stutters, or anything else? I can't see anything, which is good. I fired up Streamlabs yesterday, just to sort of say, oh, hang on, XSplit's working fine. Maybe Streamlabs has fixed itself. No, Streamlabs and OBS are still stuttering like crazy. There's probably a setting somewhere, but I don't know where it is. And this just works, same as game capture. So I'm tempted to say, you know what, if it works, stick with it. Was it harder to create this route because it's in the past? Yeah. Yeah. There's less information, and there's no way you there is only the information that was recorded that you can find. At least if it's a modern day route, you can ask someone to look into it. Kyle, I've switched streaming software again, so I'm changing one thing at a time. So I wanted to make sure that this was worked okay. So I'm using XSplit now, and then this evening I'm going to get TS19 working, and I might have another stream tomorrow because 3 is going out. So I might have another stream tomorrow, maybe see if we can't pick up a bit of TS1 tomorrow. That's better. But yes, creating routes in the past is difficult because you can't rely on Google Earth. What happened to Elgato? The more I tried to set up in it, the more I kept hitting into, it doesn't quite do that, or it doesn't quite do it the way I want it to, and it is a lot better than I gave it credit for, I have to say that. It is quite a competent piece of software, but there's a number of things that I want to do that just weren't quite working. I can't remember what they are now, but there's a number of things that I kept hitting brick walls, and I thought, let's give XSplit a try. If it doesn't work, then Elgato will do the job, but I have to say, so far, I've been very pleased with XSplit. So far. Obviously, it's the first stream using it. Dewsbury, 7.4 miles. Hey Fairmere, I don't often stream on weekends, but I happen to be here, which I wasn't expecting to be. My dad's not well at the moment, so we've postponed going up there till next weekend. And since I also changed the streaming software, as I've said, I thought I would give it a bit of a test whirl. Right, let's open the right side. See if we can't get a little bit creative. at that top middle. There you go. That's the community challenge number we're at the moment. Yeah, that's not it. It's got cold water, you know. It's like I had it myself not that long ago, and it's surely the end of the world. I say that without jesting. It really is. If you've got a cold, that's it. Game over. What I want to know is if that changes. It does. Oh, it does. It did update. Okay, so we'll have to see how we get on. Above that. There you go. What I want to know is if that updates itself. So if someone sees that refresh, can you shout? So we're at 231,657 miles. Might only update if you refresh the page. Yeah, what I don't know is whether or not it's going to automatically update it for me. There's nothing in it that says it will automatically update it. But we'll see. Thank you very much. 2.7 miles now to Dewsbury. Yeah, I think it only goes up about every 10 minutes, so even if it refreshes more often than that, I think it's only actually going to go up about every 10 minutes. Hey Rob Allen, how you doing? Well, we went through Morley Tunnel, we're now on the downhill run to Dewsbury. Before we make our diversions and head on the way up to Stanage. Down to Tesco's this morning, and then I had to come back down to Tesco's because the toaster had broken itself. But otherwise than that, it occurred to me what a lovely day yesterday, which made me all the more annoying that I can't put the top down on my car at the moment. I watched Suicide Squad on Netflix this morning. I started watching it last night, but I started to call it good, so I'll come back tomorrow. I quite enjoyed it. Missing any collectibles on this station? Unlock the doors. Time to go. There you are, going to speak up. Excellent. Going downhill, come on, hurry up. Give it another 10 minutes, B9 bot, and we'll see whether or not it updates automatically on the thing, whether I have to just keep hitting refresh on it. Given that it hasn't got a refresh time on the browser control, that would seem to confirm that I have to do it manually. How dull. If I just hit refresh, wait an hour. Goes up, so I have to manually hit refresh. Yes, Beastly Cat, let's get some miles racked up. Absolutely. 5.8 miles an hour to Huddersfield and the braking speed limit. 30,000. So there's no refresh built into the website. Trust me, being already on my list to talk to Charles about. It's only sitting there streaming with it, but it occurred to me that it'd be nice to have something put on the screen. In the news, by the way, that UV are getting back into spin tyres development. Be interesting to see where they take it. Not another spin tyres, it's the original spin tyres being unboxed. So I think it looks like the Mudrunner is losing the spin tyres name, and it's just so there, it looks like they're talking about Mudrunner 2, but it's just called Mudrunner 2, not spin tyres Mudrunner. And yeah, posting from Zane at Uvis, I think, on their forum, saying that they're looking at they're going to be getting on with some development on spin tyres. So you find that quite confusing. Imagine if Farming Sim had spin tyres physics. You just get stuck in puddles and you'd never be able to pull it. Imagine what mud pits your fails will turn out to be. Certainly mine, anyway. I wouldn't presume to comment on your abilities, but I can certainly tell you what mine would look like. It'd be a mess. Hey there, Ed, how's it going? Some thrash on uphill now for standing shoot. Well, stream's certainly looking okay on XSplit. Assuming it's still good from your side, I'm not hearing anyone commenting otherwise. Yeah, you said yesterday you hurt your neck. Yesterday leaning down for something you hurt your neck, or was that just a symptom of the previous? Hey Leonard, how's it going? Yeah, I get that sometimes as well. I'll wake up in the morning and I'll spend the next 3 days with my neck in pain. Probably a trapped nerve or something. Hey, Tintin. Right, coming into Huddersfield. You added a run from Reading to Paddington and return this morning for the challenge. Excellent. Yeah, last we looked, it was 232 hours. We put a thing up there on the top middle of the stream. $234. It's interesting that the red line goes across there. Silly game. Last time I was at Huddersfield, there's a couple of places in here. Looked far better. Got that poster. No, I couldn't see any collectibles in there that I didn't already have. The success one feels like it might be a bit underused, but yeah, second one. On the climb now, 1 in 96. challenge website itself, the number will update. It was recalculated every 10 minutes, I think it is. Something like that. But I have to manually refresh the thing at the top of the screen, so every now and again someone poke me on update. Good afternoon, Peter. You want to see some rapid transit for Marrow? So, everyone shout at me after this. Seems like it, Peter. Proof of the pudding is just actually just doing a stream and seeing how it goes. This is a first challenge, and it's a beta test effectively of the new system that we've placed to do this. So it's a kind of see what works and give it a try. See how people use it, see what the feedback is on it, and I guess that's how it can be developed into something much more regular. Game is drowning me out of it. How about that? Is that better? Managing audio isn't quite as easy in this as it is in OBS. I can't really quite see what's going on with the audio. Whereas in OBS I can clearly see where the balance is, where the bars are. I can't really quite do that on this one. But we'll get there. Hey Chris, how's it going? Took you by surprise by streaming on a Saturday? Yes, Chris. Yeah, I was expecting to go to Mum and Dad's this weekend, given Sunday, and but Dad's not well, so suggestion was made to delay. We'll do Mother's Day next weekend, so that's what we're going to do. And so I started playing around with streaming software, given the trouble I've had last week, and I've had a look at. I was going down a path with with Elgato. And it was looking alright, but as I started doing sort of the rest of the setup, so the microphone is too low, is it? Because I mean the microphone is just here. Okay, so I can look at. Seems good to Faramero. Or your hearing has gone down. Well, everything would probably go down quieter in even amounts in that instance. So yes, anyway, I started looking at setting up Elgato, and it was doing okay. It's much more competent than I thought it was, but I kept running into some problems, limitations, and so I thought I'd give XSplit a try. So I've bought a 1 month license to XSplit to give it a try, and have to say, so far, quite impressed. It's better than I thought. Just refreshed the count. Let's see where it's up to now. 235,427. Does mean that this is probably going to muck up the next DCG stream. How do you mean, Ed? Problems with OBS and whatnot. Not necessarily, because if the problem is with Elgato, then your dovetail streams they use a single streaming setup. So it shouldn't make any difference. But I noticed I stopped in at Alan Thompson's stream the other night, and he was having glitching problems as well. So we'll have to see. Does travelling as a passenger on TSW count towards a total? I don't think so, but that's a good question. I'll have to ask. But I think it's driven miles. Oh yeah, sorry. Not very easy. The curve into the tunnel. And now it's in the dark. Can you fail scenario for speeding? Not unless you derail the train, no. You just don't get any score while you're speeding. So your score will be lower than if you're driven correctly. It's not particularly easy to derail the trains, but yes, I think it is possible. Certainly not intention. It's not something that's directly supported. Oh yeah, I can speed up now. I'm not even paying remotely attention, am I? How do the drivers know what's on the line? Nothing. They don't. I mean, the signalman you rely on the signalman a tremendous amount to tell you if there's any blockages. But the lights on these locos are just candles. They're candles in the wind. They don't really do any good. They're there for other people to see you, not for you to see out. Modern locos have got big, super bright lights on the front. But in the 80s, it was a 60-watt bulb or something similar. Scary for the people outside the tunnel hearing the locos roar through the tunnel. Depends. Scary or awesome, depending on how you're doing. Don't forget, you derailed the 45 going into Leeds over a set of points meant to be 10 miles per hour, but you're doing about 20. Oh well. Yeah, the 45 is probably more susceptible than most because of the Coco 1 layout of the wheels. Yeah, the tunnel occlusion is like all of the flashing thing has gone, but the latest update has made this bit where there's no tunnel occlusion for a little bit. Don't know why that is. Christ, how long am I streaming for? I don't know, till dinner time, so about 5:30, 6 o'clock. Oh, missed another speed limit. I'm just sitting here. I'm a passenger along for the ride, but someone's left in charge of the control. I had a good night's sleep last night. Why am I so tired? Chris, thank you for the cheers. Much appreciated. Don't forget AWS driving, the same in pitch blacks, the same as Dryer. As tunnels had a cab ride and HST power car through 7 tunnel. Looked like another train was on the same line coming from the opposite direction. Scary. Yeah, oh yeah. It gets worse. Now imagine you're approaching 4 signals, one of them is green. Is it yours? Why is it when you get a good night's sleep, you wake up the following morning more tired than if you'd gone to bed and had 2 hours of sleep? Like, seriously, I have 2 hours of sleep and wake up, and I'm slightly buzzy during the day, but I'm fine. I get, a solid 8 hours sleeping, and I'm knackered the following day. That's why I put my brakes on that much. With REM cycles, yeah. Don't forget the hour tonight. Well, my phone manages all that stuff. My phone is my alarm clock, so we have a touchy relationship. Harder to wake up. I know, but I woke up ages ago. I'm not exactly out the bed early in the morning on a weekend, but it's not quite that bad. Yeah, we do that this weekend. It's last Sunday in March and last Sunday in October when our clocks change. I saw a cab when we put I can't remember what it was, but someone was talking about night driving on this. It's amazing, we get different feedback. You get those that say Train Sim World can't do a proper night time, it's always too light, and then we got others that say that's ridiculous, there'd be some light at least. And I saw a cab ride video of an HST coming into St Pancras. It's just complete black. All you can see is the signals blasting by you. It's absolutely ridiculous. Quite. You've got to really know where you are. How can that be safe? Well, it's all down to the. It's all down to the. I think what it does actually is it really brings home the fact that even during the day, unless you're going slow, then by the time you can see an obstruction, it's too late. So you become, you're always 100% reliant on the signaller, and you're paying attention. Route knowledge is a huge factor, and it becomes much more critical at night because there'll be limited opportunities for you to gauge where you are, because there aren't that many things that obviously emit light or are visible. There'll be feeling yourself going over junctions or particular signal combinations, or a church that's lit up and buildings that are lit up. Not too far from Stella Ridge now. Is the Pendolino coming to the sim? Hopefully at some point. Undying. It would be nice. I think, I'm sure in the fullness of time, I'm sure most things will eventually come over. You wonder if you ever noticed the difference between a tunnel and the outside, presumably just by the audio, by how it sounds. Plus you'll have distant lights. There will be, street lamps and things in the distance. There'll be spots of lights all over the place. Your eyes pop in a tunnel speed. Yeah. Oh yeah, you get the pressure change as you enter the tunnel. Eyes popping. Just realised that 15's coming up. Let's get slowed down for that. Coming at Stalybridge. Ed, you're a local. Is it Stalybridge or Stalybridge? I look at that and think it must be 30 miles an hour from this signal. I've got German signals on the brain. Stalybridge. I thought it was, for some reason. It's probably something you've lectured me on previously. Rick Tom, thank you for the follow, much appreciated. Somewhat overbraked there. I fired up Subnautica below zero to see whether or not that was fixed, and it doesn't even get as far as it used to now. It just crashes. I might have to try switching. Apparently, the big branch. I might have to try testing that out. Oh, shall we refresh the number and see what our totals are? We should do some guesses, shouldn't we? Mind you, you guys can check for yourselves, so that wouldn't be much use. 237, nearly 238,000. We played it a few weeks ago with no issues. How odd. It just doesn't even like my machine. Like, you know, when I last tried to stream it, I just kept falling through the floor. Manchester, Victoria. Well, once the editor's out undying, you'll be able to make your own station then. Is anybody else hearing the double audio that Ed is referring to? You haven't got two windows open, have you, Ed? Not that you've ever done that before. Out of sync, is it? What is it that's out of sync? Voice to my webcam, or game clicks or game reactions to audio in the game? What is it that's out of sync? Nice one, Maiden. Enjoy. So there is a delay when I press the space bar to when you hear a horn. But that's in the game. Yeah, I noticed it. I think it came on earlier on. That's odd. I mean, you can only access one of the horns when you press the trigger on the console. I think it's high horn. Oh, it's a reverb gone. Yeah, it's better. Is the total updated? Still 237. Absolutely bonkers. Good night's sleep. Can't keep your eyes open during the day. That does it. I'm not sleeping again. Apparently that's the answer. Yeah, I would, Ed. Fair Mary, you want rapid transit next? North or south? Right, speed limit's dropped. I'm not going to run rapid transit with PZB though. Not until the fix is out. Drop to the 20. Oh, let me just stand up a minute. Into Manchester, got about 1.8 miles, just coming into the 20 mile per hour limit. Is this Mars Platting we're coming up to? Yeah, Mars Platting, that's what I thought. It had a kind of a Miles Platting vibe going on. I've got bad memories of this from the other day. Oh, there's a boggy waiting in the platform going north. Big dog, I turn the face off a minute while I just stand up. I need to stretch my legs a bit. Clearly the blood's not flowing and I'm falling asleep. What I will do is go and open the door in a minute, actually. It's got all these people steadfastly refusing to get on the 101. Ridiculous behaviour. He's holding up the works as well. There's another 101 waiting for them behind. Oh no, I'm holding up the works. Alright, fair enough. I think we're all holding up the works, actually. Nope, it was me holding up the works. As soon as I clear that track section, you should get the green. Here he goes. Hi Ben, I saw you streaming earlier on. I didn't stop in for very long, just wanted to see who was on. $238,836. Not just under 1,000 miles that last update. Ed, if we were running a bit further behind, would that have let me go? Yes, it would have. Yeah. Yeah, if you haven't been allocated the section, then it will. It always calculates it all on the fly, or it doesn't calculate it. It resolves the situations on the fly. So when the train wants to book a section, if there's nothing in front of it, no reason not to book that section, then it will book it. Which means if you drive at different speeds, you potentially get different experiences. Similarly, if you're running suitably ahead, then you could snatch a block out that would normally have gone to somewhere else. Well, happy birthday, Ben, and not a problem at all. Welcome to Manchester. Ben, how am I finding XSplit? Excellent, actually. Absolutely excellent. I just picked up a 1-month subscription to it just so that I can evaluate it fully. And so far, it's faster, it's slicker. It's using significantly less processing power than... or is it? Oh no, it isn't. It's using probably similar. But still, it's good. It's good. Yeah, I particularly like the oil and the reflectiveness. It looks wet, which is really nice. I mean, let's face it, at this speed everyone's already got off the train. We got score as well. Oh, Northern Pennine level 12. We didn't quite make the 45 over to level 4. And I'm up to level 60. Boom. Right, let me just go and open the door, get some fresh air in here. So let's get out of here. I'm just going to go and sort the open door. Back in a minute. To tell you, the other thing was interesting is the green screen almost set itself up on XSplit. Green screens historically are a pain in the neck. Anything else of interest in Manchester? Short answer to that question, not really. Got to be more collectibles around here. I've barely looked around here. Speaking of, I've got 13 or 20 of those. Head over here. Look on this platform. Found that one already, apparently. Not seeing any newspapers hanging around either. Go on, now look over here. Just a quick look, see if there's anything else we need to look at. There's another one. Newspapers here. Another map over there. Get on to rapid transit in a minute. I just thought since I was here I'd try and knock out some collectibles. At some point we just need to do a run along the route and get all the wood ones as well. I keep hoping a train will turn up. Oh. Right, that'll do. Let's kind of look at rapid transit. You got the gifted the Baltic Sea DLC. Oh, very good. Enjoy.